Hello, hello, and hello. Welcome to episode 8 of Give It a Year, an Update. My name is Jenny Q. I am the creator and your host. I'm not really a host, because this is a podcast diary. And the whole purpose of this space that I am creating is that it is a diary. And you are welcome to come and eavesdrop in and take a listen at what I'm creating, thinking about, reflecting on, and want to share. This is not a space of expectation. This is a space of just being. I don't think there's enough of those spaces in our world at this time. But I also want to be clear that my role is not to give you the solution to anything or to save you from anything or tell you how to invest crypto or bend your political view in either direction. This is the moments in a life of a woman who is an artist and a human being and a Canadian and just wants to share some ideas. Now, I will do that in a very responsible way, and I will do that in a way that is somewhat predictable, in that I do have 4 podcast promises. To those who venture to come back more than once, or even if you're here just for one episode, I'm telling you these are the 4 things that I promise to you as my guest. Number 1, I will be here once a week. For sure. Absolutely. As we can see, I'm at episode 8, and we resumed on September 15th. Number 2, all of the content will be original, meaning that I've created it. I may reference or refer to other people who have inspired me or made me think or given me some sort of guidance, but ultimately whatever will be here will be my stories, my creations, my reflections, my poetry, all that kind of good stuff. Podcast promise number 3, I will always have a positive spin or a positive perspective, regardless of how dark, heavy, silly, or crazy the topic might be that I share. And podcast promise number 4 is very, very important. And that podcast promise is that at the end of every episode, I will have something for you. I will offer you a question or an idea to ponder and take away. And that truly is the whole purpose. I have no expectation or desire or need for you to drop me any feedback. You are welcome to. But it's for you to maybe take away and go work on your own diary or your own journal or your own thought or your own meditation. And to be transparent regarding tonight's episode, I have tried to record this 3 times already, and the first 2 times it kaput. It cut out on me. So I am going to try and finish it this time. I'm going to bring the music down so that I can share the content now of the meat of the episode. So the meat of the episode is an update for Give It a Year. And so you can understand what that's all about is I'll explain that Give It a Year is actually, I chose to do the podcast because I like doing the podcast. I like sitting here. I like sitting in front of a microphone. I like the idea that what I create and the thoughts I have to share are out in cyberspace and they're out in the ether, and maybe, possibly, someone somewhere across the world will enjoy what I chose to share, and that it made a positive impact in their day. And that's honestly my hope. That's it. I'm really a very simple person, despite the fact that I am an overthinker. But ultimately, to the core, that's it. That's all I want. So I do like Jim Rohn, and I follow a lot of his advice. He has lots of wonderful material. You can look him up. And one thing he has is this review journal exercise, and I modify it and I adapt it to things like this. It's supposed to be nightly for, business goals or daily goals or whatever, but I'm going to apply it to the last 8 weeks and to the next 8 weeks as we move forward. So it's 5 questions. You answer the questions and then you move on. So let's get to it, okay? This is what we're going to do. So question number 1 is what did I do well? So in the last 8 weeks, what have I done well? Well, number 1, I've been consistent with my podcast. I have been here and I have created a very diverse little portfolio of stuff so far. There's been poetry, there's been a short story, there's been ponderings or reflection, there's been all sorts of wonderful things. I've really enjoyed it. I've actually gone back and listened to a couple of my episodes, and they're pretty fantastic, in my opinion. But I'm biased. I've also done really well with a self-study. I've been reading some books and trying to figure out things regarding fear and negative self-talk and self-sabotage and all those things, because I do all those things. And I have all those things. And I've devoured 3 books written by Mel Robbins in the last 8 weeks, and they've all been very insightful and helpful, and it's been great. The other thing I have done is I have booked 3 workshops and have a small income coming from that. And so now I'm wanting to make that more of a consistent income. And it's very exciting. Very, very exciting. I booked a workshop for October, one for November, and one for next month in December as well. So, woohoo! For my health goals, I've been great with my workouts. My weights have increased, my consistency is better, and I just feel stronger, and it's good. So that's all the things I've done well. What have been my challenges? And this is a very good question. I would say for my health goal, the primary challenge I've been running into is nutrition. And my challenge with nutrition is I'm realizing for me, and it may not be the same for you, but I'm realizing for me, it's that food for me is not strictly just nutrition. It is connected to so many habits, especially emotional eating and knee-jerk reactions and sneak eating. I would chart and I would record what I was eating, but I would also be eating other stuff on the side and not record it. So, bit of a downfall. So, moving forward, I'm going to be working on that. For my challenges for my life as an artist is I still have a lot of inner criticism. I have a lot of inner dialogue telling me that what I want to do is dumb and that I shouldn't waste my time doing things like this podcast, and I shouldn't waste time, trying to explore different ways of sharing my art. And, I should make my content more flashy and all that kind of stuff. I've gotten better, but it definitely has been a challenge, and it's held me back from a few things this last 2 months, but I can feel things are shifting and changing. Stay tuned. Number 3, what have my distractions been? Well, my goodness, there has been a lot of distractions, especially since today, November 4th, is the day that our government is finally posting a budget for the country. And I won't get into all of that, but I will say it is long overdue, and our deficit is way higher than probably we should have. So that's kind of distracted my attention. Not that I have a lot of influence on it, but it certainly has my attention. And so along with that is social media. So because I've been looking at the politics, my social media algorithms have been feeding me a lot of negative stuff. It's been feeding me a lot of stuff from the US about Trump and all the food stamps he's changing and doing this, and the ICE riots, and then it talks about all the stuff out west in BC, and it talks about all the scandals of our prime minister, and it talks about scandals of our past prime minister. And so all of these things get fed, and so it distracts me, and it leads into some of the challenges I've already shared. Yeah. So, those are my distractions. Question number 4. What am I grateful for? Now, I'm going to spend a little time on this because I want to explain, because through all of my challenges and everything, I have built over the last 10 years, a core of gratitude. So Chris, that's my boyfriend. I am so grateful for him. I am so grateful for him. Not just because he's my boyfriend, but he is like my number one supporter. And he challenges me, not in a bad way, but he'll ask me things, and if he's concerned, I might be overthinking or I might not be heading down the right way, he'll ask me questions. He won't tell me I'm wrong. But he'll also leave me to my own devices. He is an incredible support, and he makes me laugh. So I'm grateful for the support, I'm grateful for the laughter, and I'm grateful for all of the hugs he gives me as I go through this journey, and my health journey, and my business journey, and my art journey. He's incredible. I'm also grateful for a gallery that has my art in it and is allowing me to hold workshops there. I have one happening this Sunday, and it's very exciting. And again, it's that support. It's that knowing that I have a place to be and express myself. And I have a funny one, and it's because of the books I've been reading, the Mel Robbins books, and the stuff I've read previously, specifically Think and Grow Rich and Untethered Soul and so many other books. And they all kind of come back to the same thing, and that fear is actually your compass. You should pay attention to what you're scared of, because it's that thing that engages your mind and your heart and your soul and your pulse and and if something has your attention like that, it's because it's important. And if you try and run away from those things that are important, life is going to be very hard and very difficult. And so I am very grateful for my fears, because I am studying and I'm learning how to use them as a compass instead of as a boogeyman, Question number 5. What is going to be my focus as I move forward in this journey? Well, in the last 2 months, I have shifted something that's quite exciting. I don't want to say too much about it, but I will say that I've invested in a hot press, so I can transfer my art to handbags, to t-shirts, to sweatshirts, to hats, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm looking to expand how I share my art. It's very exciting. I don't want to say too much else there on that. I will, of course, as time goes on. My focus also is going to be my workshops and creating a stream, a regular rhythm of booking, at least 4 workshops a month. That's kind of my goal right now. I've gotten 1 a month for the last 3 months, so maybe in the new year I'll aim for 2 or 3 or whatever. So those, but the focus is for like moving forward. So yeah. Yeah, and I had something else written down, but I'm deciding spontaneously right now. I'm not going to share that because I want to get to, a couple of things. I want to get to my wrap up. I know this is probably not the most exciting podcast this time. See, right now I have those negative voices. Okay, real time podcast diary moment. So imagine I've got a big pen and this is going to be a stream of consciousness type thing. So right now I'm going to share. Right now in my brain, I'm looking at my notes that I prepared for this recording, and I had some things down, and it's like my brain saying, oh no, it's almost 15 minutes long, this podcast. You better slow down. No one's going to want to listen to you that long. And what you've shared isn't important, and what you shared isn't significant or sassy or flashy or whatever. And this is what my challenge is my brain goes into this like tennis match between what I want to do and what I know feels good. And my brain that says, you should stop this. So now I'll get back to being a little more structured. And so what I'll share is what I was going to not share, but I'll share. So as I did my update and as I did my review in preparation to share with you guys, or with whoever's listening, is I realized I have three core things that are important to me as an artist and as a creator. One is connection. I need to connect on a local level. I need to connect with people. And it's been a blessing and a curse because sometimes if I don't connect or I feel like I'm not connecting, I misinterpret that as a commentary that I'm not worthy and the stuff I'm doing isn't worth doing. But that's not true. It's just, I enjoy connection. It fires me up. I am an extrovert. It's so important. The other thing is community and creation. And so that is basically my workshops. I love my workshops because I get to connect with people. I get to be creative with people. And I really am wanting to create a space for myself here in Fergus, as an artist who does workshops. And that's that. So that's exciting. So now, you know what? I've done a lot of this sort of spontaneously this episode, so I can't even really remember everything I've just rambled on for about 15 minutes. So I'm going to bring the music back and I'm going to talk about the question. So I'm going to bring the music back up just a little bit. Hopefully that's not too loud. I think that's okay. Actually, I'm going to knock it down a bit because last time I did forget to, there we go. Okay. So, I'm going to wrap up and something very cool did happen. I actually had someone provide me some feedback who had listened to one of my episodes. And they said to me, Jenny, the questions at the end of the episode were fantastic. They were deep and they were interesting, but there were too many of them because I just kind of fired off a bunch of questions about whatever the topic was of the episode. Anyway, and I did it that way because I was trying to give whoever's listening as many options to think about a different variety of things, because one person may want to think about one question and another person may resonate with a different question. So today, since that feedback last week, I am going to try and just do one big question that you can take away. And this is my 4th podcast promise, right? I'm going to give you something to think about. So here's my big question. And then I'm going to do my other wrap up and then we'll be done. So my big question is, when is the last time you checked in with yourself? Not I'm comparing myself to other people checking in, but actually checking in with yourself. When's the last time you checked in to say, hey, these are the things I've done well, and these are the challenges I'm facing, and oh my gosh, these things are distracting me, maybe I should do something different. And I'm grateful for A, B, and C. And where I really want my focus on my life, on my day, on my week, on my year is this. When is the last time that you've done that? Do you do that? Have you ever done it? See, I go off into questions, but in my mind, they're all connected. I guess I give the secondary questions to sort of help jog ideas. Okay, so that's the question. And the very last thing I'd like to end my episodes off with, because I'm realizing it's very important to me, is I want, if anyone listens to this and gets anything from my messaging, whether it's here, in a story I write, in an art piece I create, I always try to find a way to connect to it. There are 3 things I think all humans on this planet can do. And if you feel like the planet needs some love and some help, there's 3 things we can all do. It doesn't cost any money. And it proves the fact that we are all more important, valuable, and influential than we realize. And I don't know how to articulate it yet, so I'm rambling. But here are the 3 things. And I kind of live my life like this. If you want to change the world, you just have to do these 3 things. You just have to share your smile. Everybody's smile is wonderful. Think about it. If you see anybody smile, whether they have bad teeth, good teeth, old, young, wrinkly, beautiful, whatever, someone you don't like, someone you do like, whatever, it is a magical thing to smile. So share your smile. Share your love. Now, love does not have to be just hugs and kisses and romantic. Love, in my humble opinion, includes kindness and compassion. And so, it involves manners too. Share your love. Hold a door for someone. Say please and thank you. Actually listen to someone. Offer some help. If you notice someone's been absent from work, or someone has, seemed a little off or not themselves, take a moment and actually ask them how they're doing. It makes a huge difference when people feel connected, right? And the last thing is share your laughter. Now, I can't tell you how to do this other than maybe tell some really good dad jokes, but you could tickle, you could share a story, you could watch a comedy. There's all sorts of ways that you can share laughter. And all I can say is laughter truly is the best medicine. So, I think one day I'll stop explaining these, but I like to end every episode with that because sometimes I feel the questions can send you down a bit of a rabbit hole. And you should go down that rabbit hole and you should chase the questions if you want. But more importantly, I want you to turn off this episode or leave this episode knowing that no matter who you are, where you are, what you do, as long as you have a breath in your body, you can do these three things. And it may not change the entire world, but it could change the world for where you are, where you live, what is in your life. So share your smile. It's beautiful. Share your love. You have so much to offer. And share your laughter. Because man, that just feels so good. I'm going to say goodnight. Thank you for staying if you've stayed through the whole episode. And if you have, I hope to see you. Not see you. I hope that you come back another time. Alright guys. We'll see what I find to share next week. Bye for now.